Today I am going to teach this poem, that is Modern Machinery. Modern Machinery, this poem is written by Rudyard Kipling. About the poet Joseph Rudyard Kipling, 1865 to 1936, was a British Indian. He was born in Bombay. Rudyard Kipling was born in Bombay. He is well known as an English short story writer. He has written short stories, poet and a novelist. Kipling received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1907. Kipling received a Nobel Prize in 1907. Kipling is best known for his works of fiction, The Jungle Book. He has written fiction, The Jungle Book in 1894 and Kim in 1901. This is about the author. Now, warm-up activity, that is a pre-reading activity. Think of 5 activities you can do without the help of any kind of machines. Means without the help of machines, which things, 5 activities you can do without the help of machines. You have to think. Think 5 activities you do with the help of machines. Which are the 5 activities that you can do with the help of machines? Which are the 5 activities which you which you can do without the help of machines? What are the damages we face when we don't handle a machine properly? The question is, when you don't handle a machine properly, in a proper way, in a proper manner, what damages will be caused? What is the danger there? Find out different kinds of experiences in the following activities. Traveling in a car and bullock cart. What is the difference when you travel in a car, when you travel in a bullock cart? Calculating a sum mentally without using calculators or by using a calculator. Both the differences you have to find out. Drawing a picture by hand or using a paintbrush in the computer. If you try this, draw a picture only by hand or using a paintbrush in the computer. When you can also draw pictures by using brush in computer. You can also draw by hand. Both these things are different here. You have to make the difference. Read and enjoy the poem. See, I will read the poem. We were taken from the war bed and the mine. Now machines are speaking. When the machines are saying, they are inanimate objects, lifeless objects. And they are saying that we, means it is personification figure of speech. Personification figure of speech. We were taken from the ore bed and the mine. From where they come? From the ore bed, from the mine. We were melted in a furnace and the pit. And then, after taking from the mine, they are melted in a furnace. We were cast and wrought and hammered to design. And then they are cast, they are wrought, worked on that, and they are hammered till a definite shape comes. We were cut and filed and tooled and gauged to fit. They are cut in a shape, filed, and then they are tooled and gauged to become a machine, a fit machine. Some water. What the machines need? As you children or a person needs food, water for his survival, similarly, in the same manner, machines also need, that is, food. Like food means here they need water, coal and oil is all we ask. What they ask? They ask for water, they ask for coal. Coal, I think you know. And oil. This is necessary for the machines to work. and a thousands of an inch to give us play, and one play is kept thousands of an inch, so that the machine should work well. And now if you will set us to our task, if you put us to work, machines say, if you put us to work, we will serve you 4 and 20 hours a day. Means totally 24 hours they will work. 4 and 20 means 24 hours they are ready to work if proper water, coal and oil is given, provided. We can pull, what they can do, they can pull the load, they can haul, they can load, they can push, lift and they can drive. We can print and plow and weave. So printing is there on computer, you might have seen. Plowing can be done by tractor. Weaving can be done by the hand looms or power looms. And heat is also given, and also light also is given by generators. That is also a machine. We can run. Machines can run. Cars, you know, they run and race and swim and fly and dive. All these 4 things the machines do. We can see. Machines can see, machines can hear and count and read and write. The best example for counting, reading and writing, computer is the best example here. Machines can also see, robots are there. But remember one thing, the law by which we live, the machines, they live by the law, by which law we are not built to comprehend a lie. Machines cannot tell a lie. People can tell a lie. Men or women can tell a lie. But machines won't tell a lie. We can neither love nor pity nor forgive. They won't love anybody. There is no pity in them. They won't forgive. Once if they start with, they do their work. If you make a slip in handling us, you die. If you slip, if you make a mistake in handling the machine, then there is a great danger to your life. Though our smoke may hide the heavens from your eyes, the smoke of the machines, they hide the sky, it will vanish and the stars will shine again. But again the smoke will vanish and again you can see the stars in the sky, because for all our power and weight and size, we are nothing more than children of your brain. We are just like children of your brain. This is what Rudyard Kipling has written. I will tell you, children, you read the poem, at least you must write this poem, read the poem, write the glossary verse, and write about the author, and also write these question answers which are on this, in this text, given in this text, and see that this whole poem is of what we call it, that personification figure of speech, because everywhere we has come. Rhyming words are there here. See here, mind, design, fit. In first paragraph, ask, task, play, day. Alternative rhymes are there. Drive, dive, light, write, live, forgive, lie, die, eyes, size, again, brain. These are the what we call the rhyming words here. So now I will explain the poem again. Rudyard Kipling was an English poet, short story writer, and a novelist chiefly remembered for his tales and poems of British soldiers in India and his tales for children. Most of the poems are on railway trains. Kipling received the 1907 Nobel Prize for Literature. He was born in Bombay, in the Bombay Presidency of British India. He was born in Bombay Presidency and was taken by his family to England when he was 5 years old. And when he grew up, when he was 5 years old, his parents took him to England. In the poem Modern Machinery, Kipling allows the machines The we in the poem, Kipling has used the word we here, means he has personified the lines here to narrate their creation, how they are created, to tell about their creation, their functioning, their prowess, and the limitations of the machine in well-organized stanzas. Good organized stanzas are there. In that he has just narrated about the machines. The rhyme scheme for all the stanzas in the poem, the rhyme scheme in all the stanzas is A, B, A, B. First line, third line, second line, and fourth line. That is called A, B rhyme scheme. The machine first describe the process of their creation, how they are created. Machines tell. It begins with the appropriate minerals. It comes from minerals, ores, and other raw materials being transported from the mine to the manufacture turning unit. So from the ore, they are taken to the manufacturing unit. Here the raw materials are mixed in proper proportion. The raw materials are mixed in proper proportion in different furnaces. Different furnaces are there for melting at mostly high temperatures to extract the metal. To get the metal, this is cast and formed into various shapes. This is cast. This raw material is cast and formed into various shapes. Various shapes are given according to the design drawn, according to the engineer what the design he shows. To that, according to that design, this is shape drawn up by the engineers depending on the plan, what plan he makes. The metal parts are cut. In that size, the metal parts are cut. Forged. They are forged in fire, machined, milled, etc. to the correct dimensions. They must come to the correct shape. These parts are then assembled. Then all the parts are assembled, making sure they all fit well. They all fit well one another. This is, the care is taken to construct the machine, and here the machine is constructed. The machines state that all that they need, what the machines need to function. To function, for the function purpose, they need fuels, coolants such as coal, oil and water. These are the three things what it is needed by the machine in executing the task, in doing the task given by the humans. Whatever the humans give them work, that work they will do. The machines seek only a modest tolerance in the manufacturing specification, thousandths of an inch to give us play. 1 inch, thousandths of an inch play is given so that the machine should work well. With that granted, the machines can operate 24 hours a day. And if this is done, then the machines will work for 24 hours. Kipling lists the various functions that the machines can perform. What the machines can do? In one category, the machines can pull. The machines can pull the load, haul, load it, they can push, they can lift, and they can drive, as in fork lifts and cranes. For example, as the fork lifts the cranes, for the example is given. In another category, these machines can be useful for such diverse tasks as printing, as in printing press. In olden days, printing press were there, computers were not there. In printing press, plowing, as in tractors, weaving, preparing cloths, as in weaving machines. Heating is also done, as in stoves. You can see, you might have seen stoves. And lighting is also there, as in power generation, electricity generation. This is also done. Machines find use in activities related to sports to run. Machines are also used in sports to run, race, swim, fly and dive, etc. The poet's last category includes the machines' utility in vision, hearing, counting. How we can use? They can look, they can see, they can hear, they can count, as well as educational and intellectual activities can also be done by machines related to reading and writing. Reading and writing can also be done by machines. Publishing being one instance. With all that stated, machines remind humans that they are strictly governed by the laws of physics. These machines are ruled by the laws of physics in their functioning. They do not experience human feelings such as love. They do not have, like we human beings have, we feel we are love, we are sad, we are glad. All these qualities are there in us, but these qualities cannot be found in machines. Pity, be able to forgive. As love, pity, be able to forgive. They cannot forgive. They cannot pity. They cannot lie. Neither can they fathom an untruth. They cannot tell lies. Machines operate in the realm of strict objectivity. Very strictly they work. The humans are thus forewarned that any misleading of the machines will have its consequences. If you mislead the machine, if you mishandle the machine, then what we call that dangerous consequences will appear, dangerous results will be seen, that it is dangerous to your lives. The machines could produce a sort of smoke. The machines can produce, they create smoke is emitted, smoke screen which can temporarily conceal the fact that it is human beings that are true gods. But the machines are aware that they are nothing more than the children of the human brain. Machines, they are just like the children of the human brain. They are only as good as the humans controlling them. And the machines are totally controlled by the human beings. The machines have no power without man's acquiescence. So, machines cannot work without the brain, without the power of human being. This is all about modern machinery. Thank you. Thank you very much.